Hi, today I'd like to cover how you can do multiple things at once using a timer. To give you an example of that, you can see here that our sprite is changing colors as well as walking. And if I want to have the sprite walk faster, I could use the down arrow key. You can see here the sprite's walking extremely fast, but its color changes are about the same. So how could we accomplish this? Let's take a look. So first things first, let's create a new project. And we're going to use one of my favorite sprites. So let's go to Fantasy. Let's pick up Pico Walking. And then what we're going to want to do is use something new. It's called a timer. So first things first, when the start flag is clicked, let's have Pico always go to a set location, just in case he gets moved. And then we're going to loop through changing his color. So let's use a forever loop. Change color effect by 1. Oops, we want change. So you can see here our little guy is just continually changing his colors. But let's say we want to add a walk. So to make Pico walk, we've covered this in previous demos where you can change his costume. But you can see here that he's walking really, really fast. He's walking a lot faster than we probably want him to walk. So let's add some controls to control how quickly he walks. So first things first, we're going to make a variable. Let's call it change time. And that's going to control how quickly our sprite changes its costume. And we're going to make that 0.5 seconds. Now, what we can do with the change time is we could add a control to it with, or an event where if someone presses the up arrow key, we're going to increase the change time. So that'll make him walk slower. And then we could do the opposite if they press the down arrow key. Now the big difference with decreasing the change time when we press down arrow is we never want the change time to be negative because it's not possible to go backwards in time. So let's go ahead and say if if change time is ever less than 0, we're going to just go ahead and set change time to 0. Otherwise, what we can say is I'm walking faster. Now, if we really want to say I'm walking faster only when he walks faster, we probably need an if then else. Because we're not actually going to walk faster unless the change time could actually be decreased. All right, now let's take a look. So you can see the change time is changing, but it's not actually changing the speed. That's because we haven't tied the change time variable into Pico actually walking faster or slower. And this is where timers will start to come in. So what a timer is it's continually like a stopwatch that's measuring how many seconds has passed since you've started your program. So if we're using this as a stopwatch, one thing we could do is we could just check the time on the stopwatch to see how much time has passed. So if we want to change our costume every half second, for example, we could just look at our time on the stopwatch, and when a half second has gone by, we can change the costume. But to accomplish this, we're going to need a last time, because we don't want to change the time continually. We want to change the time on set half-second intervals. So let's make another variable. Let's call this last timer. And what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to subtract the current time from the last time. And then if that's greater than the change time, then we know it's time to change the costume. And then when we do change the costume, we need to set the last timer to whatever the existing time is. Let's take a look. So you can see here, now that the change time is 4 seconds, he's walking very slow. But if we decrease the change time by pressing the down arrow, he starts walking faster and faster. All right, I hope that was helpful, and please let me know if you have any questions.